When you test your applications, you may want to check how the application performs the same operations with multiple sets of data. For example, suppose you want to check how your website responds to 10 separate sets of data. You could create 10 separate tests, each with its own set of data. Alternatively, you can create data table parameters so that your test runs 10 times, each time using a different set of data. In the previous lessons, you reserved a flight from New York to San Francisco. New York is a constant value, which means that New York is the departure city each time you run the test. In this exercise, you will make the departure city a parameter so that you can use a different departure city for each test run. 1. Start Quick Test and open the checkpoint test. If Quick Test is not currently open, open it, making sure that only the web add-in is loaded. Browse to and open the checkpoint test. 2. Save the test as parameter. Choose File greater than savas. Save the test as parameter. 3. Confirm that the data table option is enabled. If you do not see the data table at the bottom of the Quick Test window, click the Data Table button or choose View Data Table. 4. Open the Flight Finder action. Click the Test Flow tab to display the test flow pane. If you do not see the Test Flow tab, choose View Test Flow or click the Test Flow pane button to display it. In the Test Flow pane, double-click the Flight Finder action. The Flight Finder action opens. 5. Select the text to parameterize in the FROMPORT row. In the keyword view, click the value cell and then click the parameterization icon. The Value Configuration Options dialog box opens. 6. Set the parameterization properties. Select the Parameter Radio button. This lets you replace the constant value, New York, with a parameter. Confirm that the Data Table option is selected. This means that the value of the parameter will be taken from the Quick Test data table. The name box is enabled and displays PyTem. Delete this and enter departure. Click OK to close the dialog box. Quick Test adds the departure parameter to the data table as a new column and inserts New York in the first row under it. New York will be the first of several departure cities that Quick Test will use during test runs of the application. Note the change in the step's appearance in the keyword view. Previously, the step was displayed as FROMPORT select New York. Now, when you click the value cell, the following information is displayed, indicating that the value is parameterized using a data table parameter called departure. After parameterizing one step in a test, other test objects might be affected when the value of the parameterized step changes. If so, you must modify the expected values of those objects to match the value resulting from the parameterized step. In this section, you will modify the text checkpoint so that when running the test, Quick Test checks for the text that matches the current departure city. 1. Locate the text checkpoint to modify. In the Flight Confirmation action, right-click Flight Confirmation, Mercury row, with the existing checkpoint and select Checkpoint Properties. The Text Checkpoint Properties dialog box opens. 2. Parameterize the text checkpoint. In the Check Text area, New York is displayed in the constant box. New York is the expected value for the checkpoint for every iteration. Select Parameter and click the Parameter Options button. The Parameter Options dialog box opens. In the Name box, select Departure. This instructs the checkpoint to use the departure parameter values in the data table for the expected results. Click OK to close the Parameter Options dialog box, and then click OK again to close the Text Checkpoint Properties dialog box. The checkpoint is now parameterized. 3. Save the test. Choose File, Save or click the Save button. Quick Test enables you to insert various types of parameters. This tutorial introduces you to data table parameters. If you look at the data table at the bottom of the Quick Test window, in the Any Test, you will see a tab for each action plus a global tab. The global tab is a datasheet whose data is used for the entire test. If 5 rows of data are displayed in the global table, the test will run 5 times, 5 full iterations. In addition, you can create datasets for each action using the relevant action sheet. If you parameterize a step using a data table parameter from a local action sheet and enter 5 rows of data in that sheet, you can define that action to run 5 times within one test iteration. In this section, you will create a dataset for the Flight Finder action to check how the application handles multiple orders during a single user session. 1. Open the Flight Finder action. In the test flow pane, double-click the Flight Finder action. The Flight Finder action opens. 2. Select a step to parameterize. In the Deport row in the keyword view, click the value cell and then click the parameterization icon. The Value Configuration Options dialog box opens. 3. Enter the parameter information. A. Select parameter and confirm that the data table option is selected. B. In the name box, type Arrival. C. Select Global Sheet because you want the iteration to run on the test and not on the action. D. Click OK to close the Value Configuration Options dialog box. Quick Test automatically adds the Arrival column to the global datasheet and inserts San Francisco into the first cell of the Arrival column. 4. Parameterize additional steps. It is not logical for a single customer to fly to 2 different locations on the same dates, so it makes sense to parameterize the departure and arrival dates. A. In the From Month row in the keyword view, click the value cell and then click the parameterization icon. The Value Configuration Options dialog box opens. Select parameter and confirm that the data table option is selected. Then, in the named box, type From Month. Select Global Sheet in the Value Configuration Options dialog box and click OK to close the Value Configuration Options dialog box. The third column of the global sheet of the data table displays your changes. B. In the To Month row in the keyword view, click the value cell and then click the parameterization icon. The Value Configuration Options dialog box opens. Select parameter and confirm that the data table option is selected. In the named box, type To Month. Select Global Sheet in the Value Configuration Options dialog box and click OK to close the Value Configuration Options dialog box. The fourth column of the global sheet of the data table displays your changes. 5. Enter the parameterization data in the data table. A. In the data table, click the Global tab. 6. Save the test. Choose File, Save or click the Save button. You have now created a test that signs into the Mercury Tours site, submits 2 flight orders, a flight from New York to San Francisco from December 29th to December 31st, and a flight from London to Portland from October 29th to October 31st, and then returns to the starting point of the test by clicking the Home link. You will now run the modified parameter test. Quick Test will run the test twice, once for each departure city in the data table. Each test run is called iteration. 1. Run the parameter test. A. Click Run on the Automation toolbar, or choose Automation greater than Run. The Run dialog box opens. B. Select New Run Results folder and accept the default results folder name. C. Click OK when the test run is completed. The test results window opens. 2. Examine the results summary. The test results window shows that the iterations of the test passed. Drill down in the results tree to view the various results.